Hey, welcome back everybody. Back in VR again today. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and the DC Designs F15. So I just wanted to do a quick flight testing out the F15 in VR and see what that's like. So we're at the external model here and you can see the ladder. We got the GPU. There's supposed to be a guard. He's not showing up today apparently. It does show up in non-VR, but doesn't show up in VR, so kind of bummed about that. But let's get back in the cockpit. All right, back in the cockpit. These are the switches that control those external models. So you got the chocks, I guess that's cones. I'm trying to read that in VR. Cones, chocks, guard, and GPU. Look at the GPU on. I don't know if it actually functions, but we'll take off those other pieces, and we'll try to get this thing started up here. So I got the battery, avionics, the intakes, the inlet ramps. We'll get those turned on. For some reason it spawns in with the fuel already engaged, so that's good there, I guess. It's not a whole lot that functions in this, so if you're thinking about buying it, comparing it to DCS, you're going to be greatly disappointed. However, if you just want something fun to fly around in VR or Microsoft Flight Simulator, then it might work for you. I think it's kind of pricey for what you get. I'm hoping there's a lot of updates that make it better. I don't know if that will really be the case or not. But as it stands now, you get several aircraft, but they're have different levels of functionality and different gauges, things of that nature. So you got the C, which has more of the steam gauge stuff, and I'm in the E. So I got more modern avionics. I'm flying this because the C model didn't, at least I couldn't see anything as far as the indication of the gear or any indication of speed brakes, things of that nature. So I'm flying this because at least I got some indication on what's going on with the flaps, what's going on with the speed brake, what's going on with the gear. And the brake on this doesn't seem to, either shuts off on its own or it doesn't like to hold. So you got to make sure once you get the engine started, you got your feet on the brake, because it'll roll off on you like that just did. So let's start the other engine. I can close the canopy, but not a whole lot of sound difference with the canopy open or closed. That's kind of disappointing. So if you're just buying it for fun, then you might be alright with it. First time actually taking it up in VR, so we'll see how it goes. But in non-VR, I did a quick little spin around, and it was fun to fly. So I'm hoping it'll be just as fun or even more in VR. But if you want to buy this to do any real functionality, you're not gonna be able to do a whole lot. Taxi's pretty good. You want to make sure you're slow on the turns, because it definitely likes to tip over. Pedals are being a little squirrely. Let's go up this way. So it's not really realistic as far as the layout of like the HUD and stuff. It's kind of like a combination of the different pieces of functionality available in the F15, kind of combined into kind of like one screen. Because you got your you know, on-speed vector down here, which you normally wouldn't see unless you're in kind of landing mode. And it's got you know, it's got the firing reticle. You wouldn't see that unless you're actually firing weapons, and there's no weapon functionality in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 or this plane for that matter. So, okay, where's my runway? Guess I'm on some ramp over here. I just picked a random Air Force base in Colorado, so we're at Buckley Air Force Base. Get our takeoff flaps. So when your flaps are all the way up, that indicator goes away. Down one notch, so you don't really know how many notches of flaps. I don't think it tells you. Speed brake, you get a speed brake setting, and then your gear up and down when it's down. So you have some indications, but not a whole lot. So it makes it kind of challenging to know where you're at. Now the manual said that there's another display somewhere, but I'm not sure where it's indicated on like the F-15E or anything like that. So the handling, takeoffs and landings, kind of squirrely. Guess we'll just take off this way. So it starts to get kind of rolly when the speed builds. Oh, I'm going to be short, so we're going to have to yank it up here. I thought this runway was a little bit longer. Alright. Let's see if we can get some lifts. I totally screwed this up. Nope, I didn't have enough speed. That's alright. Alright. We'll just pretend I had plenty of runway there. Let's get our gear up. Gear indications go away, flaps up. And let's put some burner on and let's go through these cloud deck. So this is the main reason I bought it, because I just wanted to like just do some serious cloud surfing and going through the clouds and high speeds and so that part's pretty cool, just flying through the clouds. I bumped my cloud settings up just a bit so I can get a little bit nicer clouds. But I wanted to just kind of fly around the clouds at high speed, so that's kind of why I got it. 'Cause I didn't really have high expectations as far as, you know, functionality. I guess I was just hoping some stuff would be a little bit better in terms of like the sound, because some of the videos I saw said, oh yeah, these are the beta sounds, these aren't the actual release sounds. And so I guess maybe that set me up for disappointment, because you know, some of the sound mods or even the sounds and the modules in DCS are really good, and you know, this one you don't really get a whole lot of variety with the sound. It's like one setting kind of. That's kind of weird. It's kind of delayed reaction. That's interesting, like the pilots were there, now they're gone. So afterburners are on inside. So yeah, switching between views doesn't seem to keep displaying afterburner and stuff. You have to kind of be an afterburner before you switch out. So I don't know how they're coding that, but in DCS you can switch in and out of VR and external, internal view, and everything kind of works. So kind of funky there. I wish there was a brightness knob, or I can't seem to find one. But it doesn't seem to make the HUD. I can't seem to make the HUD brighter. It's kind of, it is what it is. That's interesting. Now my airspeed went to 0. But that's a buggy thing there. Huh? They got a quirky stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I think $40 is too much. I think. So maybe they'll fix a lot of this stuff. Like I said, just got released, so. Maybe it'll get better. Hopefully it'll get better. Hopefully it'll have continuous updates. Oh, now my airspeed came back. So just to have something fun to fly around and do some crazy stuff in. Might be worth it. And I haven't really flown the F-15. Well, I actually haven't even flown it in VR and DCS. I've flown it in DCS briefly when I first started DCS, but then, you know, I got into the other modules. So the F-15 was one I really didn't spend a whole lot of time in. So I can't even compare anything between this and DCS, except that, you know, I know DCS has a more higher fidelity aircraft, but it's more keyboard oriented, and you know, obviously you can do DCF combat, and there's definitely more functionality in it. But DCS doesn't have this scenery either, so it's a trade-off. Now the clouds in DCS I think are pretty good. You know, and some of the scenery is okay. My jet seat's humming like crazy, so I don't know if that's going to be picked up in the video or not. Speed brake. Where's my speed brake? I don't see an indication. There it is, speed brake. Speed brake in. Back into burner. $32,000 feet, no time. Has a 60,000 foot ceiling, so let's see how high I would go up. Except our airspeed's like down to nothing. Yeah, I'm sure you got to do like gradual climb. I don't think you can go straight up 60,000. I'm not sure what the straight up speed is. But it's got a great view. I mean, the open canopy so you can see the world. And fly around, have some fun. So I guess it depends on, you know, what's it worth to people to spend on what. So there goes my airspeed to 0 again. Yeah, the airspeed's kind of funky. So autopilot, so you can put that on. Autopilot, altitude hold. So it should keep us somewhat level, hopefully. We'll find out. That seems to be holding altitude. Okay, we got the indication, we got autopilot, altitude, and go to heading hold. And then we can adjust, go 270. So we got autopilot, altitude, and heading lit up. Since we're going fast, it's going to be a slow, except I don't have any speed up here, but yeah, I think it loses its mind when I do crazy maneuvers. or flipping between internal and external views. I think it's reloading some stuff and it broke something. And to tune your radios, you got you got your nav tuning right here, and then you got your for your radios for communications, you got your tuning there. And then if you click on when it comes up, if I start tuning, you get a frequency there. And if I hit that button, it goes over to standby. And then I can switch it to something else. Once, say 112, then it flips it, so 112 goes over there. Okay, don't lie, that sounds making me out like a liar. Okay, 112, then 116.5, 116.5, 112. Same thing for your comms. Put something in there. So 138.5, flips it over there. Get your other radio. 24.89. I'm just picking random numbers and you just flip back and forth. That's how the comms work. None of this stuff works. The only thing you have is your course and heading indicator here. So I tuned to 270 on the heading. We are now at 270. So altitude, I think you have to pitch up and then you have to hit altitude hold. I don't see anywhere to, and I don't know the F-15 well enough to determine if there's a dial. I think you just have to click it. And we got a light. What does that say? Auto flight. Okay, there's my auto flight indicator. So it's in the whole not a whole lot. I think when you bring up your fuel page, gives you the options to pick some of your armaments. It's just gonna add stuff, take it away, and just give you the, it'll just load the armaments on the plane. But obviously you can't fly anything. I mean, you can't fire anything, I should say. So I don't know, what does it let you do? I never actually tried this, so I don't know. I thought it would give you a drop down or an option or something. Maybe I can't do it come in flight. Maybe. Okay, so I got the co-pilot now. See if any of my other views work. So default views. So up, down, left, right. Looks like those aren't prime. I think you have to do the Alt Tab thing. Or Alt or Tab. What is it? Alt 0. I don't have these mapped out to anything. Control Alt. I forgot what it is. I don't know, I'm hitting something. I have no idea what I just hit. I don't know, there's those default views. I forgot how you do that. But it's supposed to be able to switch to the co-pilot view. Hey, what's up, dude? I don't know if you can do anything with it. I gotta figure out how what the tab and the button is. Shift 1. Oh. Oh. Shift 1. Shift 2. Shift 3. Nope. Yeah, I don't know what the keys are. Anyway, but there's supposed to be alternate views. I obviously don't use them enough to know how to do that. Let's see if we can get back to some place to land. I wish that thing didn't shrink. Let's try this one. Map. Alright, let's switch around. So we're 270, let's go 090 my heading. Start heading back to Buckley. See if we can land this thing, and I'll probably end it. So, you know, if you just want to fly around, fly from place to place fast, feel like you're in a jet, then maybe this is for you. But if you're looking for, you know, any kind of fidelity and functionality, you're gonna be disappointed. I'd recommend checking out DCS if you already haven't, or if you already have DCS, then, you know, spend your money there. But if you're looking for something, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you're looking for a fighter, or at least a fast jet that you can mess around with, then this might work for you. Alright, let's go up. I probably got to turn altitude hold off. So altitude hold off. Before I do that, this will be fun. Let's go do this. Got the burners on. Let's fly through this valley. Little IFR here. I'm gonna I follow road all the way to see where it goes. Got a little too cocky. Anyway, I guess we'll just forego the landing, unless I can survive this, but in theory, I think I've just went into another dimension. Hey, this is cool. Never been in this part of the world before. Anyways, all right, I think I'll probably cut the video here. But anyway, that's kind of the gist of what this is all about. So. Guess we'll call it with that. Fun stuff. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.